All right, all right. It's good to have you on my personal stream. I just want to make a disclaimer to the beautiful listeners, both on Zoom and on. I'm not okay. Am I not audible? I am. I am. Pretty good. Thank you for that confirmation. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, beautiful listeners and viewers, both on Zoom and on Facebook. And the Facebook is Evans Lukomona Senior or Education CDT Germany. Now, I just want to make a disclaimer that this transmission or speech that I'm making, I'm not coming as usual. To do anything with education. And I'm coming in my personal capacity, and I'm not representing any organization on my speech. Whatever I'm going to be talking about, that is going to be coming just right from my heart. My name is Evans Lukomona, based right here in Germany. I'm from Hamburg, and I'm the CEO, president, and founder of the CDT Group. CDT Group, rooted in Germany, and of course in Zambia, Kenya, and DR Congo, together with Egypt. And CDT means Central Hamburg University, Diverse Learning Institute, and Twikatane EV. EV simply stands for, in English terms, that is a NGO or a charity. So welcome to my transmission. It's good, again, that you are all here. I would also love to thank our president here, Mr. Enoch Chota, based in Germany, studied, of course, for allowing my transmission to be placed on the blog called Zambians Living in Germany. Thank you so much, Mr. Chota. This is going to be helpful. Yes. What's my lineup? Of course, you've seen the lineup of my speech. It was somehow, posted jumbled, but I've rearranged. I'm going to start with part one, briefly, just talking about who Mr. Evans Lukomona is and his works. And number two, I'm going to talk about the allegations that were posted sometime in, I think, July or 19th July on the Zambia Facebook, owned by the opposition Patriotic Front. I'm going to talk about that as well. And I'm going to talk about His Excellency President Hakainde Hichilema, or HH2, and the UPND government, according to my own observation. And finally, fourth, I'm going to talk about Zambia's complaints against the UPND. I repeat, disclaimer, I'm not representing any organization. I'm representing myself as Evans Lukomona. Welcome. Number one, who is Evans Lukomona? Of course, you've seen me, especially those that are on our programs, educational programs that we're doing in Zambia and elsewhere. When I come through here, I'm just a mayor, CEO, and founder of the programs. I am over 50 years, of course, though I look so young. I've seen a lot of decades on this surface of the earth. I am married to a wife from Ukraine called Natalia Ustimenko Lukomona. Of course, I'm a father of two kids, the firstborn being Elizabeth, and the second-born being, he copied my names, Evans Jr., of course, Lukomona, and I'm a grandfather as well of two, Taonga and Caleb. I'm so proud. And what's the current occupation? What's my current occupation? Of course, as I say, I lead the CDT group, which I've talked about already, Central University Diverse Learning Institute, and Twikatane NGO, which were founded successively. First was Diverse Learning Institute, that was in 2010, 2012. Some of them are fully operational. Then fast forward, I founded an NGO because all programs have been tailored to helping out the needy, the vulnerable, and the people. That was in Germany then. Then founded, of course, in 2017, February to be specific, if it can be that way. Twikatane EV, though the certificate was just in the shelves, waiting until discovering back the soils of Zambia and looking at this constituency content. What is it called in English? Gazettes, which is a constitution. 70% tell to giving back to Africa, 30% to Germany, which we did. I'm going to be talking about that. So 2017, nothing, we weren't using it until 2019 when we came to Zambia to do the surveys. And later on, we're doing some program with that. And we bring all the three entities to being called CDT group, but registered independently as it were. Why this address? Yes, why this address? Like I've mentioned, the four entities that I'm going to be looking at, who is Evans Lukomona's allegations, His Excellency President HH7 and the UPND government, Zambians complaints. And as an educationist, this is what I believe in. I think us as educationists, we cannot separate ourselves totally from the world of politics, because it is in education where people learn politics, where people learn governance, where people learn economics, culture, and anything that entails a smooth running of any country or any community. And being one that has been in education for the past 27 years now, quite a long time, I thought I should try to bring in a voice to my beautiful country on regarding the social and economic welfare where Zambia is coming from, where it is today, and probably where our beautiful country of Zambia is going on to. That's why I said on my disclaimer that I'm representing myself. I'm not representing CDT Group, CHUDLI, or Twikatane, or any other platforms where I am. I'm speaking as Evans Lukomona, just to try and give back some knowledge that God has endowed me with in seeing that we've got a great, beautiful country of Zambia, which is admired across the world in terms of peace and stability. A person, why are you doing this, Mr. Lukomona? You are in diaspora there, everything is stable there. Why not just keep quiet and enjoy your life? Since I was a child, I think some of you know my story, especially those that are my students on certain courses that I teach out there online. First, I've shared my story, why I decided that whatever I do on the surface of this earth, the greater percentage has to go giving back to God and uplifting the poor, needy, and the vulnerable. It all started in Chimwemwe, Kitwe to be specific, where I was born, 2683. That was the house number. From mom, Mrs. Faith Weope Lukomona, and father, Mr. John Lukomona, an entrepreneur, philanthropist, big businessman. In those years, it was, probably the government, those years in the 60s, 70s, I was not born, okay, in the 60s, I was not born. They would even come to you if they heard that you were outside the country or you having so much money. So my father was everywhere in most part of the world, a long time ago, promoted a lot of people, in Kitwe, to the extent whereby he had even refused to go and live in the high rise, or what we call Komayadi. Okay, it was that status. Says, no, I have to remain in Chimwemwe, middle class, somewhere down there. Because if I go out there, Kumayadi, how am I going to be helping the neighborhood and other people? So that's the system that I carried. But fast forward, being a pupil at Mindoro High School, in Chimwemwe, Kitwe, Kumindoro, they're coming back with a friend of mine. Let's go and have some meal before you proceed on to your place. Derek Moneka. I was in class 8, 9, I think, finding mama outside the house, some little drizzle, rain, furniture outside. Then I said, Mama, you didn't say that we're moving today. Yeah, what do you mean? Said, what about this? Said, no, Sonny, your dad didn't pay rentals. So the council have removed us from the house. And that I got devastated. And I know you're talking about 9 children from one mom, one dad. we're going to be a little bit, dark loss, we say in Germany, without a roof. I don't know how many days it was going to be. But fast forward, Mama says, Evans, you are going to sleep at your friend. I don't know what happened with my other siblings. I went to my friend, I still remember, Chibeka. I didn't sleep that night. I started gazing. Why should life be like this? Before that, Dad had lost his wealth. We had gone through deep, 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 deep suffering we've never had on this earth. Whereby I always laugh. I say, you see, when I'm talking to Germans here, when we ate in Shima with groundnuts, it was like a Shima with chicken and chips. So it was sometimes Shima just with salt, umuchere, you share umuchere and you eat. So then again, finding ourselves in such kind of a position, houseless. I slept at Chibeka. I said, God, you want to bless me so that I can pull my family out of this dilemma, make me wealthy. Fourth born in our family, I am, and I still was. So what happens? Thank God we went back to the house and my life changed. I started focusing on how we can build it because sisters, siblings, nephews, you know, all thrown out of school. I fought hard my way through from Kitwe, third city of Zambia. I found myself in Lusaka. I told my mama, I still remember when I finished my grade 12, I said, I'm going to go for further studies, but you never see me. I will only come back here when I am rich and put back every family member to school, to colleges and stuff. This is too much. And stuff happened. I disappeared. And my mama said, the way you like Chimwemwe, I don't think so. I'm going to see you soon. They never saw me for the next 4 years. The next year I was going. Thank God that blessed me. I'd opened my own businesses and gotten some good wealth. Parking the truck outside after 4 years, the truck and trailer parked. I teased her together with my late young brother, Ernest, pulled out the furniture and stuff. Are you Evans? I said, yeah, like I promised you. So this is it. And now, Mama, I'm going to go back to Lusaka to start these health projects and everything. And for sure, I went back to Lusaka and I introduced some projects that I'm going to be talking about and, some health projects that I started through resilience, saying, I've got to make it. Now, when I went back to Lusaka, I said, come on, I've tried hard to help my nuclear family. All right, what about cousins, relatives, all on call? Auntie, uncle, is there anybody who doesn't go to school? Whichever city they belonged to, brought them to Lusaka. My house, I had 2 mansions in Lusaka, in Kalundu. My houses were full, educating them, giving back, giving back. I never wanted to see anybody go through such kind of suffering. So that's the heart that has really embraced. So I went on and went on and went and went on, extended, and even other people that I never knew benefited from my works and from the little wealth that God endowed me and blessed me with. Now, that was from about 1995, 96. Successful, successful. 2004, I lost it all. I lost it all my wealth in a flash of light. That's another story. Lost it all in one single day. Buildings I had in Ndola, in Lusaka, everything lost. My mansions lost. Thank God, still lived. I remember when I was talking to one of my colleagues from Portugal here in Germany. So we were discussing, then he saw some article in one of the newspapers in Germany. He says, Evans, why are you leaving? No, I didn't know what he was talking about the following day. I said, what do you mean? I'm leaving because I have to work and eat. No, come on. I came across from the site newspaper. You are so strong what you went through. I said, yeah, it's part of life. One, I'm a Christian. I believe in when God gives you, receives, he knows the reason why. Probably he was trying to build me up, and here I am strong. So fast forward, ladies and gentlemen, there's somewhere where I'm going so that you get to know the kind of person that is talking to you, and that has always had a passion to bringing, back progress to my nation, country, especially amongst I don't like using the word poor, amongst the needy and the vulnerable. I'm supposed to be on holidays now. Probably Mr. Thomas, Madam Nicole are supposed to be with me here, but you can't call the Europeans during holidays, come for a meeting. No. Holidays here, they are like heaven. But I'm happy that I want to see the last day of this year addressing certain issues about myself and about my beautiful country of Zambia for the first time, actually, doing that. So I lost it all in 2004, from a millionaire to a, I don't know if there's zillionaire, zero, nothing. From Kalundu, lost everything, back to Shanti compound. But it was all smiles on my face. And friends were, are you crazy? Are you normal? But why don't you say, what can I do? I've lost it. God gave me, and I help people. I don't regret. Now I'm writing another book to start another chapter in life. So England, the United Kingdom was calling me to go and settle there. The US was calling me, California, to go and settle there. Germany was calling me, said, come on, I've traded, I've done some, education businesses with US and England before. I want to try Germany. I like facing challenges. No, you're going to racism country and stuff. Of course, if it's not good, 2 months, I'm going to pack, go to probably England and join my, business partner there, AYB and West Midlands Open College. But God, the way it works. Only two, I think, I was 3 weeks, or 2 or 3 weeks in Germany. I'm invited to a party, wedding, I think. No, it was a funeral, I think, party, they do, the West Africans. Then seated with a young man who looked so, low, sorry to say this, class for him to study in Germany, because all I knew that with reference to the US, Canada, and United Kingdom, the boy says, I'm at University of Hamburg. I said, University of Hamburg? I looked at him, I looked that wealthy. How much do you pay for your tuition fees? He simply scratched his head. I think he mentioned something like 70 euros. Then I said, 70,000? He looked at me, no, sir, 70 euros. Pay what? Pay hour? Pay credit? He says, no, a semester of 6 months. What kind of, did you apply? He comes from Cameroon. Did you apply from Cameroon? Somebody's supposed to, no, everybody. He was talking just like that. My eyes opened. I said, this is my country. I'm going to settle here because what I want to do, continue my business, educational, especially targeting those that are needy. From there, after research upon research upon research upon research, I was North Germany, South, Central, West, East, and it was true. I did met different educational managers, directors from universities, colleges, and staff. Say, here I am. I'm going to live in Germany. I'm going to learn the language, because if I settled in the United Kingdom, probably I wouldn't be here. Because United Kingdom, the US, Canada, all the demand is from us, from Africa, Zambia. Pay, come with $400,000 to finish your bachelor. Come on, let alone asking a Zambian just $1,000. That's a lot of money. German system free. The father is taking a daughter to preschool free, is going to university to do his PhD for free. Come on, I'm going to live here and tap into it. And hence, founding all these entities and copying their systems to bring it back. That's why I settled here in Germany. And I do not regret that. So far, with the 15 years of my living in Germany, lots of people have benefited from the programs that we've started. Most of them have initiated it because they're challenging programs. Even Germans themselves here, let's start these guys. No, it's not going to work. It's hard. They want to follow the same systems, but I believe in following what has never been discovered. And we've been there. Later on, when it works, everybody comes on board. And that's how life is. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to share quickly my screen. I hope I'm going to be able to do that and be guided by some stuff here. Wait a second. How do I go about it? Okay, let me first, I think, pause so that I'm able to see, share the screen. I'm sharing the screen now. Okay. 1 second, please. I don't know. Okay. Is my screen visible there? Anybody to drop? Is my screen visible? I don't want to talk to myself when the screen is not there. Anybody to drop a message? I will appreciate, because now I can't see anything. Oh, perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sir. So this is my journey. Part one. Before I go to part one, disclaimer, I'm not representing any organization, but addressing you as an individual. Part one, my work in Zambia 1995 to 2004, founder of free education for street kids, first kids. This was also a blessing by the then King Akerere, that was the regional south of the equator director of United Nations. And it was hard. We didn't receive any fundings. We were promised, but we went on with the free education for street kids. It went well, led by Luca, a young boy who later on, when I lost everything, okay, he grew up, he became a businessman, and he came to, save my situation. That's how God works. Co-founder Chaluko Academy, founder Chadley International Tutorial School, promotion to International Tutorial College, ITC, regional representative of Auburn College, and UK universities. And of course, here it was done intertwined with West Midlands Open College, AYB, then led by Dr. John Lukomona. So you look after the affairs, these corporations. Well, in England, I was in Zambia, and later on, at some point in 2001, I think, end of 2000, I took a ride or a flight to the United Kingdom and visited quite a good number of universities there, all in the quest to convince them to work together and bring affordable education to Zambia. It was hard without the help of the Minister of Education, I was in the 20s actually, who kept sending me back. Young boy, go back. But eventually it was done. And later on, Auburn College qualified as one of the best providers, tuition providers on the continent of this earth. I think we came number 2 in Africa. Number 1 was somewhere from Mauritius, partner of British Council, Lusaka, and UK, and Mangosa Management College of Southern Africa. Some of you that know, we played a part to bring it to Zambia, affordable, of course, education from South Africa. Then I hope it comes out. Part 2. As a youth, I was trusted as counselor, coach, and private tutor to these prominent children. President Dr. Kenneth Kaunda's grandchildren. I think he brought about 5. That's where my life started changing, to train them. And then I didn't have even premises where to operate from. I remember, those that know Mr. Patrick Sanga, Madam Petronella Sanga, got a beautiful in Chadley school. I just went there. I'm a young man with a vision to help the needy, vulnerable in such areas. Hey, young man, come on, can you have a look at my school here? No, beautiful, like, in Europe. So you want to be sitting outside here on the bench, wait for your so-called customers, which I didn't have. Over lunch, we'd go to Kaunda Square, buy groundnuts, we're eating. So one of the fun days, an intervention came. That's how God works. In fact, I've missed one name here. The late chief of staff that time at State House, that was Mr. Alexander Chikwanda. Yes, he brought a daughter from the US, I think. I've heard there's a young man here called Lukomona, Major. That was my nickname. I'm coming back. Mrs. Chisanga, the owner of, everybody was taped. Do you know them? I said, no. That was the break even. Changed that young girl's life. I'm told she's maybe a lawyer somewhere in the US and kind of stuff. The change started. Next, who comes? I remember His Excellency Kenneth Kaunda. That time I was just coming from incarceration in 1996, I think, when he was under house arrest. He came out, all the grandchildren, came from different parts of the world. I was not there, apparently. As usual, I was in Kaunda Square buying some lunch, groundnuts, maize. He came. I'm looking for the young man. Told he's a good coach, he's a good this and that. And just found the form that he had signed. 5 grandchildren. I can't mention the names here. And everything changed. Madam Petronite Sanga says, young man, you have brought fire to this school. That school only used to go up to grade 6, I think 7 that time. My programs were higher already. I tutored His Excellency KK's grandchildren, who comes Vice President Levi Mwanawasa, same story. Vice President Brigadier General Mianda, same story. Minister of Finance Ronald Penza, same story. Honorable Kingsley Chinkuli, Minister, Ambassador, same story. It was so fun. Fast forward 15 years ago when I came to Germany here, I think he was ambassador then. So I looked at him and said, oh, he's still looking. When I just approached him, I didn't need to introduce myself. Young boy, in fact, my son is here. He came from upstairs there. He's in England. He's doing well. You remember your tutor, your coach? Yes, Dad. So that's how life works. I was a youth when I did all these things. Patrick Sanga, Judge, the Chief Secundas, Roy Clark, very famous British man, then Post newspaper and stuff. His children on my laps. What am I talking about here? My vision has always been changing people's lives. I cannot mess up with my life, do stupid things. Two, just from all these successes that I've gone through from my tender age as a teenager, as a youth in the 20s to date, and more I cannot itemize here. But three, coming to Germany, that was in 2007, I think, 8, I founded and initiated the following. Get Your Way helped 1,500 refugees in Hamburg and surrounding cities, Schwarzenberg, Luneburg, Tesdorf, Bonn, and so on and so forth, who had lost hope because that time Hamburg had received a lot. So the government of Hamburg couldn't maintain them because, you know, government is a systematic, Germany is a systematic country. They don't want to rush stuff. So they put refugees on a queue, okay? After we have dealt with this, then you are going to come on our language, you do this and that. So these guys were just seated in the tents, waiting for their next time. When is your next time coming? Maybe after 6 months or 1 year. I went back to my team in Hamburg. I said, come on, let's draw up a program to help the refugees. As usual, it was hard, especially amongst my German fellows. No, you know, the refugees are coming from Syria, Iran, Iraq, these are dangerous areas. Culturally, they won't accept us. They withdrew. I went on. They came back. Ladies and gentlemen, we introduced programs. Initially, the government says, no, we can't recognize these programs. I said, no, okay, we're going to teach whether you recognize or not. But alas, I spoke to Goethe Institute. If they could issue the certificates to these refugees just for free. They had no money. They were not, I think they were getting a salary of 100 euros per month, okay, with free food and stuff, of course. And what do I do? Everybody refused to certify them. We're going to be doing the teaching. That time we didn't have certificates. I went to England, talked to my brother, WMOC and AYB. Look, you've been on the show. This is what's happening here. Okay, you're going to teach them. We're going to send the exams, exam them, certified. It worked so well. It worked well. And eventually, the state of Germany recognized the certificates because we could only teach up to A level 1 and 2, then they would qualify to the next levels. Not only teaching them German language, counseling. You know, somebody has lost parents, has lost the wife, the husband, children. Then you put them on the table to learn German language. What kind of a language? Besides, you are coming from Africa. They've never seen black man, but with God's hand, we succeeded nicely. We took them back to their usual, normal lifestyle. And today, they are well placed in Germany and other parts of Europe. Because of the great works now, we started growing slowly. We had some good developmental exchanges with the German Bundestag. Bundestag is German parliament, progressive. Sometimes I've even, you know, shared some documents on Zoom like this when I'm talking, just to, not to encourage the listener or the reader that there's nothing impossible on the surface of the earth. When you do good, good is going to get back to you. The office of German presidency, we said, look, your programs that we have, we know Zambia, come from Zambia. We were colonized by the British. But we are in no-go area. We can't do exchange programs, nor have students from Zambia coming to further study in England. It's quite expensive there. But the German system, we love it. Not only education, economic, cultural exchange, and this and that. We want to have Germany as a partner. ZGS roadmap means Zambia, excuse me, Zambia, Germany success roadmap, and we received a splendid feedback over years from the German presidency. Educational exchange program, which is the father of all the programs, which we started with the director of education uh, of Germany, northern part of Germany, Dr. Kelber Bretz. Up to now, we've been doing it successfully. The German chancellor, thank God, then he was mayor of Hamburg. Now he's chancellor today, I think since last, is it this year or last year? I think, yeah, this year, September, he became chancellor of Germany, Mr. Olaf Scholz. Now, how did we come to exchange some communications with him? Then he was mayor, and we were doing the refugee programs. And after we had made some prepositions, this is how it should be, you know, and this and that. Then I went to his office. Apparently, I didn't meet him, and he just wrote me some letters, wrote back and stuff, praised us with the great job that we are doing to impart knowledge on these refugees and helping the state of Germany. So these are some of the successes. Then why did we partner with the University Service, UNS, for Zambia and Africa? I come from Zambia. When I was coming here, they requested for German language, bring German language. I said, where can I do it? Way back through interviews. Then later on, I checked there was no German language in Zambia. And I was told, I was given a card, something like that. You contact this one. I contacted somebody. And I've only got to South Africa or Zimbabwe. Then I had no that money. I said, okay, fine. I fought through to say, no, I can't manage. No, you can't. You got to have that. But thank God, here I am. Jumped here. It was one of the points to bring back German language to Zambia since independence 1964. We've never had it. Only the wealthy would cross over the frontiers and go to Tanzania or Zimbabwe and South Africa and so on and so forth. But thank God that one of the biggest examining boards in the service, we talk to them and we are working together in Zambia today. There are students that are doing German language for different purposes and certified by the university service, recognized by the German government. So these are some of the strides that we've made. Of course, founded Diversity Learning Institute, DLI, founded Twickenham, like I've mentioned earlier on, founded Central Hamburg University, all in the name of trying to see how better we can give back to Zambia and Africa. But for back to Zambia. So after losing it all in Zambia, came to Germany, settling down, getting connectivities. 2019, 2020, to date, we've initiated quite a good number of programs. Free education in undergraduate skills study, health projects, free agribusiness, African Souls Against Poverty, under African Souls Against Poverty, agribusiness, ASAP youth cooperatives, graduates who did the programs. Some of them, they are doing splendid in Zambia, in Congo, and in Kenya, all for free. German language classes I've already mentioned, now being done locally. Work business exchange program, MOBEB, between Zambia and Germany experts. Youths have to come on this exchange and benefit between Germany and Zambia, and so on and so forth. And finally, just some pictorial form, weights and results in pictures. German refugees. These are just samples. These are just samples. Those that registration here, it was really awesome. Small room we started with. Then this was, I think, the first day of registration. After 3 days, there were like 300. The government gave us some premises to operate from. Okay, and here we are. That's me doing some training in German language graduation here with WMOC certificates in conjunction with Diversity Learning Institute. It's a long road, but quite interesting as long as you enjoy what you do, giving back to communities. Free sponsored agribusiness graduation. This was at the Independence Stadium inauguration. This is, I think, Choma as well, I think, and mixed. They're trooping out now to come and be inaugurated. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, for free. Why? Because we realized that through ASAP and agribusiness, we can wipe away hunger easily. And it's happening. Some people that joined eventually are even lawyers who says, wow, I've got to go back to the land, and it's working well. So this was graduation, inauguration, then the last two pieces. Kenya, it was parallel, it was done parallel. Kenya, Zambia, and Congo DR, where we have programs. Graduates are here. Professor there, and some government dignitaries in Kenya. Awesome. All free sponsored by Twikane. Congo DR says we are going to go Chitenge-wise. As usual, you know the Congolese. Free sponsored agribusiness, same program. Here, sharing the certificates. They say, we don't have tractors here. Here we are. We have to use hoys. There are more and more stuff that these people are doing in Congo as well. The mother of whatever we're doing, which started a long time ago, Educational Exchange Program, EEP. These are just some of the examples. This was, I think, Kawe High School, which is part of our new members, together with a German high school connectivity. And here, that was, I think, Livala those days with the German, another school. And this is the director of education, Mr. Kelber Brace, and other partners. All seems to be so clustered, so complicated, but when you're doing what is at heart, it doesn't seem so, and it has never been. So these are the works that have personally been embedded in. So I'm going to stop sharing now and get back to normal transmission. Okay, where is my, sorry, got to switch back. My camera. Okay, I've got it. The second point that I want to talk about now is Mr. Lukomona's Facebook media allegations. Just after we did, like I showed the pictures, excuse me, on 17th July, 2 days after, I think on 19th July, then came a posting on the PF Patriotic Front page. I'm not so privy with Facebooks and everything. I didn't even know it had happened until I was told by my secretary, have you seen what they have posted? That I told her to say, I just laughed. I said, don't worry, okay? When you're doing great things and there's no mad that is coming to your table, then you're not doing great stuff. And I never even mentioned the devil, you know, in such cases. I simply say, keep moving and let's work. Let's continue with our meeting. We were in Osaka that time. And now, a lot of course, accusations were made on that posting. I could have come back immediately. I remember talking to my president here, Mr. Enoch Chora. He called me. He said, have you seen this? I've seen it. Okay, what are we going to do? Are you going to respond? I said, yeah, definitely. I've spoken to, because I communicated to some friends that I know from different media in Zambia, big media and stuff. Yeah, Evans, yeah, you want to come? So then, to me, our lawyer, CDT group lawyer, tells me, say, no, calm down. Don't respond just haphazardly like that. No, look, I'm a coach, I'm a trainer and stuff. But if I'm ready like this, I've got to come at, we have to put facts here and there you just go. And I said, sorry, And I held on, but I kept talking to her and said, no, I've waited for too long. I've got to bounce back and speak as well. I know I am okay. I'm clean. I mean good to my country and wherever my office helps. I'm human, of course. I can't be 100% perfect. But what is being thrown on the table hasn't been good. Thank God, here I am now to respond to some of the lines, not some, all of the lines there. What I'm going to do is, because since that time as well, I'd spoken to the Minister of Foreign Affairs in Zambia, which of course welcomed us to Zambia through what we are doing now, and the Office of the Vice Presidency, Her Excellency Dr. Narumango and her team. They looked at what we proposed, what we want to do in Zambia, said, okay, welcome. And they gave us the Directorate of International Cooperations. Then Mr. Mundanda, who is Honorable Mundanda now, I think he should be in Belgium. We were received so warmly and nicely. So I said, okay, I consulted. I have to give a feedback, a copy to a main letter actually to the Minister of Foreign Affairs, just to clear the picture so that the world should know. Oh, and what I'm going to do at this point in time, I'm just going to read a letter which I think went recently, excuse me, to the excuse me, to the office of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. One second, I'm trying to struggle to okay, icons. Okay, I think I've got it. Okay, I'm going to reshare. I just want to show you. Okay, that's charity, Twikatene EV Charity Zambia in partnership with Diverse Learning Institute, as we came that time before we formulated CDT group to Zambia. So I'm just going to quickly scroll it, then I'm going to be reading myself. So this is addressed to the Director, Development Cooperation and International Organization, which was held by Honorable Mundanda now, Minister of Foreign Affairs, CEO, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Response to the Patriotic France PF Facebook accusation. And it's called to, one second. Yeah, copy to the Tukatane EV top leadership, Germany, Zambia, Zambian Office of the President, because of course we've been in communication on some issues with Office of the President regarding fundraising. The Zambian Office of the Vice Presidents, the Minister of Education, Minister of Home Affairs, Minister of Agriculture, the Zambian Embassy, which has done splendid work in making sure that what we are doing in Zambia okay, in terms of communicating with the top offices. So this is the letter. Now I'm going to abbreviation, stop sharing. Let me just read it, and I need to switch off my video again so that I've got clarity there. So the letter reads, one second. Dear Sir, Madam, response to the Patriotic France PF Facebook accusation. Reference is made to the above subject. On behalf of my own and my organizations, Tikatane EV Charity, Germany, and Diverse Learning Institute, DLI, Germany, both working together to uplift the poor, needy, and vulnerable youths and adults in Zambia, I am here to respond to the allegation which was posted on the Patriotic Front PF Paris Facebook titled A Zambian Scammer Based in Germany. This was posted on the PF Facebook on the 19th of July 2022, just 2 days after we had just launched our help projects at the National Heroes Stadium. I have taken long to respond through your good office, which received us in Zambia with warm hands to deliver the needy. Reason being that my legal advisor and had asked me to wait until the reason why the PF had decided to allow such a posting was established and brought the perpetrators to be uh, answerable. It's supposed to be and bring the perpetrators to be answerable. That is to us, for our lawyer. Subtitle. So now I'm talking to the Foreign Affairs Ministry. Brief about me and my humanity works locally and internationally. So, Madam, I have decided to write this information below in order for you to get to know more about this Mr. Evans Lukomona, whose passion to deliver the poor in Zambia in partnership with your good government was given such a terrible name scammer. I am very aware that your office and many other government offices in Zambia have my full profile. But allow me to rewrite some pieces again in this letter. My name is Evans Lukomona. I was born in 1968 in Kiro Chimwemwe constituency, where I was also raised. Being a self-motivated individual and desiring to see positive changes in my community and country at large, I ventured into educational entrepreneurship between 1995 and 2004. With these programs, I worked tirelessly to uplift the livelihood of the needy within Zambia. My foundation's name through which I was accomplishing all through this program, International Tutorial College and a department called Free Education for Street Kids. For the last 14 years, I've been employed as the president and founder of Trikatane and DLI Germany and Central Hamburg University, CHU, all headquartered in Germany. Due to my desire to effect even greater impact with regards to education and economic development in Zambia and Africa at large, I took upon myself to study the nation of Germany and surrounding regions' economic and social development trends, while internationally sourcing for opportunities that could benefit Zambia and Africa with various European national leaders, and that includes prime ministers, presidents, and credible business personnel. One of the visions I had was to open a private university in Zambia that would offer very affordable education and a research center with international acclaim in Zambia and Africa. This is a vision that has so far attained resourceful support from credible private and government institutions across Europe. Other opportunities I have already sourced for Zambia, apart from the area of education, have been in health technology, also in agricultural trade between Zambia and Germany, stroke Europe. These are all accomplishments made against all odds, with our then previous governments slowing the process down for this vision's full establishment due to unuttered reasons. I am a person who pulls through hard challenges. For example, when I started with the organizations I'm now working with, the business was not in the best financial situation, but I can boldly say my work was cut out for me. I developed a plan and executed it in order to strengthen the organization's bottom line. It required a lot of leadership and initiating some low-cost employee programs to help keep moral high, as well as work together to turn the organization around. Eventually, we did such a good job that it was attractive enough to be noticed even by the president and the ministerial offices of Germany, including the German parliament. My time of stay in Germany has been strategically used for such a time as this to bring back home development through various programs and projects. I would like also to mention that I'm fluent in German language, which makes work so effective at international level. Find below some of the accomplishments that have benefited Zambia and Africa thus far, and I will flourish even more given an opportunity to continue serving Zambia and other partner African countries. Number one, I sourced and initiated the African Source Against Poverty, a project where agribusiness and entrepreneurship, 80% youth, 20% adults in Zambia and other African countries. This results in the creation of cooperatives that will be connected to Germany and the European Union for agro products exports, parallel to feeding their communities in Zambia. Between July and September 2022, the ASA project graduated thousands of needy vulnerable students in Zambia, Kenya, and Congo DR, all studied for free under our sponsorship. Number two, I have personally interacted with also the German presidency, the current German federal chancellor, uh, the chairman of parliament, and with other German officials. If also necessary knowledge, I have also been invited to address the Hamburg Rathaus with regard to Zambian development and areas Germany could be needed. Three, I sought and brought the German language school and classes to all the 10 provinces of Zambia. That had never been done since independence. I've spoken about this. I won't repeat much for time's sake. I think number five, with various European partner universities, I sought and brought almost free online accredited degree courses to all the provinces of Zambia. Next point, I sourced for free scholarship to further studies and placements for undergraduate, masters, and PhD students in Germany and other European countries. Next point, my organization does job placements for both Zambian students and non-students. Next point, I sourced and initiated the au pair and volunteer exchange programs, which send Zambian youth to Germany for social, cultural, and economic exposure and data study at German state universities for free. Next point, I sourced and initiated the Work Business Exchange Program, which will send the Zambian unemployed teachers and nurses, health workers to work in Germany, since Germany needs over 50,000 such workers in each sector. Next point, I sourced and linked Zambian State University to various research centers in Germany. I am a member of the Hamburg Handelskammer, the Commerce and Industry of Hamburg, through which my organization connects able investors with our Zambian business personnel for Zambian and African development plans. Next point, I initiated the Zambia-Germany Success Roadmap, which got recognized by also the presidents. I've mentioned that. I will go through there. Okay. Next point, we invite and connect the political figures from Africa to prospective partners, investors, that is with my partner organization in the United Kingdom. This works so effortlessly due to my fluent and perfected German language. Next, last 3 points, I sought and initiated the education exchange program between Germany and Zambia. I've spoken so much about that. I won't go through it. I initiated a welcome to Germany section that counsels the new Zambians arrivals in Germany. These could be businesses, elites, entrepreneurs, etc., figures, students, newly married, NGOs, etc. Next point, my organization and I offer free accommodation and where not possible, make arrangements for Zambians stranded in Germany. Our organization helps stop unfair deportations, from which many Zambians in Germany have been helped, although some threw stones at me, but are always forgiven. For this is not new in my life of helping people. Now, madam, with the aforementioned projects, my partner organization and ours have a feasible plan to end cadarism, alcoholism, prostitution, etc. by giving life-changing opportunities to our young people across the country. I founded these various organizations, which of course I've mentioned, to cause such a change. Subheading, diplomatic studies, in order to strengthen our organization's local and international operations, as we are currently doing through Trikatane and DLI. I have also strengthened my functional and management abilities by further studying and being certified in the diplomatic and international relations studies by an institute based in Germany. This course was sponsored by the German government. I also attended a similar course in Zambia. Sir, madam, having had read my very brief profile above, I will let your good office to judge me and my organization's works for humanity, despite all such mud being thrown at me. I mean, the social media and my organizations, I will never swear away from the big assignment God gave me. That is to serve and serve the needy vulnerable with passion and empathy in Zambia and beyond. Subheading my passion for Zambia. This passion did not just start now, but I want to mention this, the story I talked about where the passion started, and I'll go to the next for time's sake. I'll go to full response to Facebook accusations. Okay, full response to Facebook accusations. Disclaimer, point number one. In this letter, due to legal implications, I will not give the name, though fully known, of one main, that is among others, main person, our ex-colleague, and others who fabricated the lies against me and posted the malicious article on the Patriotic Front Facebook. I believe, with full awareness of the Patriotic Front party that owns the Facebook. These people worked with my organization in Zambia, that is those who posted. One of them was very prominent at the government offices, as her role was to take our orders and deliver to the government offices. But due to the misconduct, we relieved her of her duties. Together with the other two cohorts, they promised to destroy our good cause to uplift the poor and needy in Zambia, and eventually posted such an article on Facebook. Afterwards, our organization deeply investigated her. That was through my office, of course. That's not written here. Investigated her deep to where she had even lived before returning to Zambia. With lots of information at hand, but our focus is to serve the needy, poor in Zambia. Second point, but thank God that two of the peers of those people that posted, of course, apologized to us and regretted having had seen what they had plotted being posted on the PF Facebook. All along, we have waited for her to also follow suit and apologize, but she has not. However, my office forgave her long before. That is my nature, to forgive, for she was simply led by the powers of darkness by trying to destroy a project which is in Zambia to help and uplift the orphans, disabled, widows, etc., etc. Only the evil powers can manifest in such a way. Hence, as me as a believer, I took it all to prayer and praying for her and her cohorts. That is those trying to destroy Twikatane and our good works in Zambia. Next point, my organizations are founded in Germany and registered according to the laws of the land of the European Union. Therefore, what I've written in this document is nothing but the truth and can easily be proven right or wrong by contacting the German authorities. Having had introduced myself above, Sir, Madam, I believe that my wording in this section will help you to understand my innocence. I am therefore itemizing and responding to the accusations point by point. First accusation, not written as first accusation, point number one. That is Mr. Lukomona. He promises scholarships to poor Zambians and eventually collects 250 euros, which is 3,500 kwacha, and he does not fulfill his promise. My response: total lies. 98% of our students study the German language for free. The 2% elite pay the 250 euros for the classes. Of course, the elite, why should we put in the same bracket? I haven't written this. We shouldn't. How can we put the elite and the needy in the same bracket? No, they've got to pay us, then we pay and help the needy out there. So 2% elite, these are the ones that pay €2.50 to he supposed to be he collects money from the poor Zambian youth and promises them to go to Germany, and yet his organization does not fulfill this promise. These students are teaming up to take the case to the police. That time it was written, of course. My response: very funny statement enough. Sorry, it doesn't sound good, but that's the only way I could nicely get angry. Point number one, in 2019, my team visited various parts of Zambia to see how the people were doing in life. We figured out one aspect, that many youths were just home due to lack of college or university fees. When I went back to Germany, I started a project to help the Zambians by offering free education at tertiary level. Point number two, I personally met with one of the universities in Ukraine called Kiev Slavonic University, KSU in short, and did a deal for the sake of the poor in Zambia, that if KSU University could give us the license to teach its programs in Zambia for free, and instead only collect 120 euros, I think that time it was like 1,500 kwacha, collect 120 euros from each student for the whole bachelor study course. It has never happened on the surface of the earth. Collect 120 euros only. That is about how much? Maybe $130 for the whole program, regardless of its length, e.g. 3.5 years, non-medical, 6.5 medicals, all these years in only 120 euros, which was at that time in 2020 about, yes, 1,250 kwacha, a degree internationally. And yet the standard tuition fees for such degrees at KSU, that is Kiev Slavonic University in Ukraine, was about or equivalent to 165,000 kwacha. To this 120 euros for a KSU, my organization added an administrative and teaching fee, to which brought the total figure to 3,500 kwacha to complete the whole bachelor study, implying reducing from 165,000 kwacha down to 3,500 kwacha only, regardless of the duration of that bachelor. Next point, who paid this fee of 3,500? It was the non-vulnerable needy youths. But all the needy vulnerable ones joined the course for free. And the proof is there. We've got records. Next point, the first year exams. After teaching these students for 12 months as first year foundation, the exams were sent to Zambia by KSU in cooperation with the DLI. Students did the exams and submitted the answer scripts back to KSU and DLI. Next point, total disappointment. When the results came out, all the students failed to pay the 120 KSU fee to collect their certificates only. Until today, only one student managed to pay and collected this certificate. Next point, what's the main point here? This implies that our youths that time in Zambia, attended classes even without paying 120 euros. Due, it was supposed to be in advance, of course, due in advance to KSU. And this is not on paper, of course. And guess what? KSU to some point started thinking, Mr. Lukomona, because they are just too polite, maybe they gave you the money your organization ate. They didn't ask me, but I just sensed it. I told them to say, please, here is the telephone number, email address to our bank account in Germany. I'm going to give them allowance to talk to you. Ask. Only one paid. Next point, did my organization make profit out of this KSU DLR project? Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Number three, DLI collected money from Kenyan students and did not deliver the services. My response, funny enough, my organization lost a lot of money at the hands of the Kenyan project. Here is what happened in brief. Number one, my organization was hired or contracted by a Kenyan-based organization called Center for African Volunteers based in Nairobi to teach German language levels 1 and 2 to its members. One second, please, just some water. To its members, to teach levels, German language levels 1 and 2 to its members. Eventually, those who would pass with good marks who would have a chance to travel to Germany to fill up the needed jobs in that country where my office is based. That country means in Germany. Next point, the contract between CAV, that's in short, Center for Africa Volunteer, based in Kenya, and my organization DLR stated that first phase would be based on the Kenyans learning and passing their German language exams taught by DLI and later to be examined and certified by the University Service of Hamburg. Just like I mentioned, when I was saying always we are there finding solutions for people without money to pay less. So university, maybe I've mentioned this, let me not talk much. Next point. Then second phase would be placing the successful students on the job market, that is under WOBEB, Work Business Exchange Program. Next point. And after they had been employed in Germany, after, that's it, not before, while they are out, after they had been employed in Germany, only then my organization DLI would charge a consultation and processing fee called CPF from each student. Meaning now, just focus on learning the language. Take note, my organization, DLI, did not ask any Kenyan student to pay the CPF in advance. The processing and this, no, we can't do that. We are in a land of strong rules and laws. I didn't write this, I'm just talking. Point next, the loss DLI made. The CAV was supposed to CAV, that's the Kenya organization, the CAV was supposed to pay the tuition fee for each, that is on behalf, for each student amounting to 250 euros per level. That was our standard, which would eventually amount to 500 euros. That is for 2 certificates, both both A1 and A2 levels study by Zoom online. But the CAV director totally refused to pay DLI that much. Instead, CAV negotiated that it paid DLI only an equivalent of 110 euros per student for a level. Too little. But DLI went on to accepting the fees which were paid to us with difficulty as we had to wait long to receive it. That is, to receive this money. It was so hard. But we were teaching. At level A2, DLI forced CAV to increase the payment to at least 130 euros, not even going much higher, still in the loss brackets. Also, this money came with difficulty. By the time the A2 level was coming to an end, CAV had truly and fully paid DLI. That is A1, A2. All these transactions are available at the Twigatani German bank account. Nothing to hide. Did any student pay DLI directly? Like the accusations that were coming on media? Not at all. Next point. CAV and its students eventually had money problems with students claiming to have had paid CAV more than the fee DLI charged. We charged 110 plus 130, which is 240 in total. Students claimed they had paid CAV almost 1,000 euros. That was a shock to me and my team in Germany, for we had even struggled to collect the little fee we had charged. Apart from the 110 plus 130 alpha, which is the same, which total 240, DLI until today did not receive any more money. Of course, we did not even ask for more from the students because the tuition fees were paid accordingly. So it came with difficulties. Next point, DLI's help to Kenyan students. Normally, the university service, Hamburg, charges at least 120 euros for exams per student. But in the lab of my Africans, I personally negotiated and the reduction of exam fees came down to 75 euros only from 120. This is the only money which the Kenyan students paid directly to our German bank account, and eventually we paid it to University Service Examination Board. No any other hidden fees. Next point under Kenya, did the Kenyans get certificates? Yes, they got 2 certificates. The A1 level was awarded by DLI to Katane and to Katene, which is, we call it the mock. Okay, when you pass A1, it's a mock to see if you can do the A2. So they took the A1, which is DLI to Katene, at no cost. No exam fee was charged. Okay, at no cost in capital letters, as an internal mock to see who proceeds to A2 level to do the UNS exams. UNS awarded all who passed eventually at A2 level. Next point, did DLI make profits? This was a total loss project ever, no profit made. Last point under Kenya. But despite the above, my organization is still, okay, helping the Kenyans to fulfill their dreams under the Work Business Exchange Program, WOBEB, and beyond WOBEB. And beyond WOBEB, that's just my addition. The fourth was through the social exchange program, our pair, Mr. Lukomona, has failed to send students to Germany because the DLI language certificate is not recognized by the Embassy of Germany. My response, point number, we have always put it right that our certificate is only there to offer any student an internal mock exam, which qualifies you to the university service, UNS, Goethe Institute, or TELC examination boards. In any case, we are a tuition provider in German language, of course, among other programs. We don't want to have burdens of this and that. I mean, we've got already certifiers. I didn't write this, I'm just adding. Next point, also, we are not a guarantor of the German visa. This depends on how the individual student speaks the German language and passes another test offered by the German embassy in Lusaka, that is at their own office. That's their system. They'll give you a paper. Oh, you've come with this, you've done before. Okay. Probably we want to check you. It was not leakage. I haven't written this. It's not leakage. Write some 20 questions. That's what they do. In no time have we claimed to have a partnership with the German embassy in Lusaka. The German embassies worldwide, as far as I know, do not partner, but simply facilitate. Okay, so check the simply facilitate. So check the German embassy websites. Okay, they don't partner. That's the way it is. So I'm just adding this. When we teach you German language and it's not a guarantee that, oh, now it's done because Mr. Lukomona's organization, Bali Katanana and German embassy. No, it's not easy. They have to test you themselves. So that's why we have been saying, work hard and you're going to cross over. We've got a lot of them that worked hard and they crossed over here. What's the difference with other students? I didn't write this. I'm just talking about that. Okay, so follow instructions. You're going to get and achieve what you want to have. Therefore, smart students, that's the point next, last. Therefore, smart students through our organization's German language and intercultural training while in Zambia have crossed over to German through the social exchange program. The gratitude goes to these students for they followed and fulfilled the German embassy's requirements. Next point, do we make profit from the social exchange program? Not at all. Most of the students are from the poor families. I'm sorry to say this. I don't like using the word poor. Underprivileged, vulnerable, and learn the language for free. of charge. I'm one of the teachers spending so many hours preparing and teaching. Sometimes I give the German guys who pays them. They come to teach for free as well. It's a great service we're doing. Point number five, Mr. Lukomona says he's a very powerful man with connections to the Zambian government, and that His Excellency President Hakainde Hichilema has even promised him a job as German ambassador. So Mr. Lukomona says he's a very powerful man. Okay, I don't know the powerful where it came from. I've never mentioned to anybody. I think Tekuyumfa, I'm one of the most humble persons Zambia has had. There are certain things that I do that I don't even talk about as long as they are offshore with education. Powerful man with connections to the Zambian. Of course, we are connected. For us to succeed as an NGO, any NGO on earth has to be connected to the government because the government looks after its people. And the main function of the NGO, this is just outside now, I'm talking, the main function of an NGO is to supplement the goodwill of the government. Checks and balances, where the government is doing good, supporting. Where the government is not doing good, condemning and guiding. That's the way it works even in Germany here. Most of the policies made in Europe, Germany here, NGOs are consulted. The civil society is consulted. So these are the connections, not just because we want to say Tukatane is connected to the Zambian embassy in Berlin. No, Ebene Bacharo, these are the owners of Abantu, Nomushiri. Therefore, if we come with shoulders high, no, we're going to fail. We have to humbly apply, ask for help where we could, and we can function properly. My response, according to what is written here, how I wish, that's my response, how I wish I'd received a handshake from our best ever president of the Zambian soils, HH7. I have never met His Excellency President Hichilema since he attained the highest office in Zambia. Neither do I remember him promising directly a job at the German embassy as an ambassador. Next point. I run CDT Group, which is composed of Central Hamburg University, DLI, Tukatane, Charity. These three organizations have kept me very busy as the chairperson, also president, CEO, and founder. Next point, of course, Tukatane, DLI,
So people, Evans, I think he had a problem with his computer. It had low power, so I'm sure he's still connecting. Don't go away so that he can finish whatever he's talking about. Thank you for those who joined. Thank you for those who are on Facebook. Yeah, you are free. I hope maybe at the end of the day you have a clear picture about what has been going on. Yeah. So thank you so much. Just hang around and definitely we'll be back. You'll be back. Okay. Interactive. Oh, going down. Technospark, you can unmute yourself. Yeah, let's interact. The year is coming to an end. You can unmute yourself as we are waiting for Mr. Lukomona to come back. No one is ready to speak. Darius, you can unmute yourself. Afebi, where are you?
Sir,
Yes, Darius, how are you?
I'm okay. How are you, sir?
We are fine. By God's grace, we are here in the land of the living.
We thank the Almighty God for the gift of life that He has granted to all of us, sure.
Thank you so much. Is that Dr. Varika?
Bishop, Pastor Isaac, sorry, was I offline some point? Pastor Isaac, are you able to hear me? Okay. Am I audible? Techno, could you please give me a thumb if I'm audible? Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, where am I? Thank you. Oh, sorry, these technical things. Yeah, that's the script. Before I go now to the last part, now, during that time, the article came out of the media, the Facebook stuff. I was so surprised that even some people that my office, with my handwriting, my pen and paper and my telephone and traveling to their foreign ministries, they threw mud at me. And my volume of speech has always been, come on, youths, Zambians, why do you come so late for help? It's not easy to let somebody who is there to be deported to go back home and you just do the magic. That person is staying. I'm not a lawyer myself, but God has given me a grace. Every foreign ministry, we call them outside the beholder, I go to, to serve the Zambians. Not only Zambians, there are stories, even other Africans. The foreign ministries, they listen to me. And these Zambians, I was so shocked. No, Mr. Lukomona got 150 euros from me, another 150 euros from me. I laughed. Anybody who knows Germany, you can even Google. Call a lawyer. I'm going to be deported. There's 2 weeks remaining. You don't pay less than 1,000 euros. That's just on the table. The case is finishing. For you to fully stay, you are paying 5,000, 6,000 euros. But Mr. Lukomona never goes beyond. And that 150 I'm asking you is for my communication, transport, and stuff. No getting nothing. Accommodation found for you in Germany. You want to queue up for 1 year to look for accommodation, but Mr. Lukomona picks the phone because the apartments and stuff, you have got your own personal accommodation. You throw mud at me, but you know it's part of the processes. But learn as Zambians, especially those that are based in Germany, those that have helped. I don't talk to nobody about the names. Probably Mr. Thomas Schube, the German, would know, because these are secrets of people. I don't have to say, hey, do you know what she's going through, what he's going through? You have brought the problem to me. It's me to solve it. And I solve it direct from my heart. I am from Chimwemwe, don't forget. Chimwemwe, Zambia. Then I know that this girl, poor girl in Germany, poor boy in Germany, I know what it means without anything to go and give back to your mom, to your dad, siblings. You came with hopes. Then I just say, no, God's time is the best. I don't do that. I stop, I put tools, whatever I'm doing. Emails are there, documents are there in my office. People have helped you from Zambia like that. But you come and throw stones. For me, I just pray for you. I've played my role. I've helped you. You are living in Germany. You are fending for yourself. That's my vision. And nobody's going to deter it. Nobody's going to deter. So now, just to read the last part, and we conclude. Okay. I just read the letter. Now, part three. Part three. And listen to me carefully and carefully. I'm a Zambian, born and bred in Zambia. I'm just in this foreign land here where I've seen milk and honey, where even Zambians that are in Zambia, we are working with, we are training, teaching, can come on and obtain something, bring it back home when we are gone. We are not here to stay for long, forever. This is what I tell people all the time. I've been in this educational business, uplifting other people for the past 27 years. We are on holidays since 20th December until January 9th. I'm not supposed to be here. That's the rule in Germany. When holidays come, it's like you are going to heaven. I can't call Mr. Thomas to say, come, I've got a meeting. He's going to say, Mr. Lukomona, are you funny? We have got holidays. But I have to do it. I have to take advantage of this time to help impact my country, Zambia. My next, second last point, is addressing His Excellency President Hakainde Hichilema and the UPND government. I'm no politician. Disclaimer again, if you're just joining us, I am representing only myself. I'm not representing any organization. Okay, I'm speaking as Evans Lukomona. Of course, I belong to so many organizations, but I'm pouring my heart. I've never done this on public fora for some time. When it comes to politics, I'm not a politician, but what burns in my heart, I've got to pour it out. And here, third point, His Excellency President Hakainde Hichilema and the UPND government. I want to go through some brief history of Zambia, especially to my great youths of Zambia. Some of them who are here, we are training you. It's important to know where you are coming from, to know where you are, understand where you are, and to know where you are going to. Like I've said, I'm above 50 in terms of years. I've lived longer on this earth, and I've tested lives I've lived under different governances or governments of Zambia. So this is my genuine and pure heart guidance. When we got independence in 1964, I wasn't born. There were some more, I think 3 to 4 years before I was born. And still, of course, I didn't know anything. I started my class one, I think, in 1972. I remember that time, Zambia, I was a boy, a little boy. Zambia was really a great country under Kenneth Kaunda, who got power. We enjoyed life. We lived just like in Europe. If I compare, I go in Germany, I go to Holland, Spain, I said, this is how we used to live in Zambia as well. We enjoyed life until when things got worse under the UNIP government led by President, may he so rest in peace, Kenneth Kaunda. In 1982, we started seeing fire of poverty, fire of suffering and stuff. Zambians were still calm until in Kitwe and Kwamulenga in 1986, when we witnessed the greatest riots of Zambia because of hunger, and that shouldn't be even thought of. People died, people got injured, it was terrible, and we shouldn't think of going back to that, my dear youths. I've got some great pieces of advice that I'm gonna tell you how you can succeed in life, in any government, especially a government that has brought something on your table to step on for your success, like the UPND. Like I mentioned, I'm saying, a social worker for I lead an NGO, though I'm not representing it here. When something good is seen in a ruling government, let us praise it. When something goes wrong, we are going to say, no, this is wrong, and advise accordingly, than to keep quiet for the sake, according to my definition, for the poor, needy, and vulnerable. 86 was rough. We went through problems, no food, hunger hit the entire Zambia. Until 1991, we changed the government under struggle because we couldn't bear it anymore. Came the late, may he so rest in peace, President Frederick Chiluba. Oh, come on. He ruled very well his initial first term. We went into elections for his second term. 1996 upwards, I would call it hell broke loose. Hell broke loose. Stuff, I don't want to go itemize and itemize. These are things you can even research. We are living in a modern world of internet. Zambia went through terrible stuff. Poverty came by. Of course, there were good things which were done, but when bad things outweigh the good things, it's not good for a nation. That was the second generation of leadership of His Excellency, FTJ. So look at where I'm coming from. KK, very good life, eventually terrible life. FTJ, very good life, eventually terrible lifestyle. Poverty. Then, of course, as always, the best democratic country ever, I would say, on this earth, Zambia, in terms of African affairs. We changed as well the government. And other presidents, leaders started coming in, governors and stuff. But the question is, has Zambia's state of affairs socially, economically, I mean putting food on the table of a Zambian, changed for the better through where we are coming from? It was hard, ladies and gentlemen, especially to you, the youths who were not there, because some of you were just born recently. I just want to guide you. I was a youth when I started doing stuff, regardless of whether I'm helped by the state or not. And I succeeded in each and everything. But some I failed, of course. Zambia was never stable in almost all aspects of governance. Then came, fast forward, the Patriotic Front And the president, may he so rest in peace, Michael Chilufya Sada, the hope of light was seen. Some of you now, you were growing up. I mean, those youths, all right? You are growing up. Unfortunately enough, God had his own plans. He took him away. Came His Excellency President Edgar Lungu, who started very well. We all know the ending, the same pattern, well going down. What's been happening? What could be the cause and the reasons to all such trends? Good, down, good, down. By down, I mean things are going bad economically, socially in a country. Hence, last year, the people of Zambia decided to say, no, we want to have a change. And here comes His Excellency, Hakainde Hichilema, HH7, he allows to coin that way, takes the reign, and I can rest assure you, according to my assessment, speaking according to my assessment, disclaimer, not representing any organization, he is a haven of hope for our beautiful country of Zambia today. I'm coming on media because I need to help as an individual, which everybody's supposed to do, whether you're in Germany, in the US, in Zambia, and stuff, to help the reigning president to do good. That's why I'm going to. So I'm speaking here to help the reigning president, His Excellency, maintain focus and keep fulfilling the UPND's manifesto for a better change, like we have started seeing already. This is very, very important. Let us not keep quiet. I have seen almost social media. Let criticism, where we see something going wrong, be positive criticism. Positive criticism builds up, no negative criticism. I'm going to talk about that as I'm concluding. Now, like I said, we, good-loving Zambians, we need to support the cause of what is happening now under the UPND government. I will tell you the danger of just blaming and condemning without analysis, without looking where we are coming from. It becomes quite dangerous. We would see even success passing through just our own eyes like that. I'm a product of a person that has struggled through different governments with my own ideas to start this and that. But eventually, I was proven right. But being proven right, I was already there on the apex, regardless of the no's and the no's and the no's. I'm going to show you how to come out and succeed, especially in the New Dawn government, which has brought a lot of projects on the table. And I'm saying this because I chat with a lot of youths, especially from our students in Zambia. Oh, no, people are saying, don't go with people are saying. If you went with people are saying, you remain stagnant. I went through such kind of a life. I had such friends long time ago as a youth. I was always said, that's why they called me Major, nickname. Yeah, when we are saying this, you are the only odd one out. You are even arguing, and I succeeded. You got to succeed as well. Listen to this. And this leads me now to my final point 4. Zambians' complaints against the UPND's rule under His Excellency President Hakainde Hichilema. Here is my personal observation and feedback. Point number 1. Like I've said already, HH7 means good and a hope for Zambia. Point 2, I've seen through the proposals and implementations that is made through just 1 year 4 months. I mean, everybody's talking about this. I don't want to go through nitty-gritties, what has been done and everything. For instance, my area of interest amongst all, because that's my orientation, education and staff. Look at the teachers, the nurses, paying the retirees, the CDF, balloons. It is put on the table before the constituencies. I mean, we never saw this in Kaunda's era. I'm gonna go back there. Our forefathers never saw this. It was hard. Kwaliba vigilante akale. Kwaliba vigilante akale. It was hard. You got to read history where we're coming from. A president brings something on the table, grab it, follow the instructions, tap into it. When we were growing up in Zambia, starting projects, come on. We used to be kicked like nobody's business from certain government offices, later on from the security guard. Now you've got constituencies where you can go and drop your projects. Take advantage of that. Don't listen to your neighbor, to your friend. It doesn't work. Things work. Keep knocking. Two, my dear opposition leaders, let's be genuine. I'm not saying you are doing forceful. No, let us be genuine. Otherwise, many vulnerable, the needy, the poor, will be misled. You know, the Bible says everything that I do, that's my constitution, is the Bible. We are what we hear and what we say and what we are taught. So if you, who are the leaders in one way or another in the opposition, you are on the limelight, you are on social media, you are on newspapers. When you say something negative and yet something positive is happening, what the UPND government is doing, not every person analyzes and say, come on, no, many, they believe on face value, just looking at the newspaper or YouTube or Facebook, and they say, but if you're in opposition and you love your nation, your country, and you mean good, if you want to come to power at one point or another, please, 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 do not mislead. Praise where praises are supposed to be accorded. And when you blame, when you condemn nicely with facts, helping the end, I call him the end user, the end receiver is the populace that we are leading, that you are leading, that the UPND is leading at this point in time. The wealthy, the rich, the upper middle class, I mean, whether politics are good or not, they aren't affected at all. They aren't affected at all. My worry is the needy, the poor, the vulnerable. Let us not mislead them. Our dear opposition leaders, let us differ to build. That's the underscore I want to make. For instance, we've got students in Zambia. I was chatting with some of them with powerful project. I even mentioned this in the other meeting. Powerful projects. When I looked at them, so we are going to apply for CDF, and then came another funding from introduced by the UPND, New government. I forwarded these youths in Zambia, intelligent ones. I said, come on, guys, go and apply for this. In the morning, I'm checking the answer. I said, no, Mr. Lukomona, it's just on paper. I said, who told you? We were talking. Who told you? That's what people are saying. Now listen, people have said and you believe it. You read media and you believe it. As long as there's this CDF and this other money has come in, put your project on a paper. Take it, go and submit it. In the meetings when people are complaining, walk, knock and knock and knock, the door shall be opened. That's how life is. I gave them look, I come from Chimwemwe. That's what I told them. I come from Chimwemwe. I call sometimes myself from the streets of Chimwemwe to knocking on the doors of the presidency of Germany and presidency of Zambia. Did my father lead me or my uncle who was connected? No, I was on an entity, but I kept knocking. I believed in myself. So this is what I want you, my dear youth, to embrace and inculcate. But the opposition, let us help our youth, adults, the needy, vulnerable, by being genuine and truthful in terms of the accusations that we put on social media. Media is strong, I tell you, anywhere on earth. Let when somebody read something that we are not going to regret about, that I misled the people. It's not good, my great opposition people. All Zambians want is nothing but food on the table. And we can only put, especially you people in leadership, you can put food on the table by doing what is right. And that what is right is something which is proposed, put on the table by the leading government through its leader, in this case, His Excellency Hakainde Hichilema. This is a man who has succeeded in life through food provision as a farmer and ABCD. Why should he fail when he's got you surrounding him as the great ministers, councillors, MPs, directors, few for the needy, few for the poor? It all takes a heart to deliver a nation. Germany here, I keep mentioning Germany. What Germany went through, Zambia never went, not even a 1 millionth went through. Germany was reduced as a rubble. There was nothing. You could stand in Hamburg, according to the old people, you could stand here in Hamburg, you look where Hamburg ends, because all the buildings were erased during the wars. We used to carry money on the wheelbarrow to buy matches, to carry money, hyperinflation. Meaning, Zambia was even better. Probably that time was even richer than Germany. But why should we today be lining up before Germany and ask for arms? Decisions made. The opposition, the ruling party coming together. Much as we differ, let's make that sure that no German or any living thing which is in Germany go to sleep on an empty stomach. And it worked. Today, Mr. Lukomona can stop work, can just go even, I just say, I'm tired, I don't want to work anymore, to the government. They'll start paying my house, pay for this, for this, for this. This is what we want to see in Zambia as well. And it can be done, and it can be done. Germany goes into Zambia 3 times as much. Zambia is 3 times as much as big as Germany, with too much arid land. Let us be positive, especially the youth. The opposition, let's bring products. Even when you go back to the communities, let them see that this person means progress in our lives. He's got a heart, she's got a heart. It's quite disheartening. I tell people here, we ran away from food in Germany, which has got no umushiri, no sauce, nothing here. And Zambia, when we came with our dear German in Jura just recently, she was stuck just like this in the car, from city to city, land. Let's make use of that, ladies and gentlemen. I've read the manifesto of His Excellency and UPND government, well tailored. We support it, we build for the sake of the Zambians. We don't support it. Who suffers? It's always the poor, the needy, who has been dancing all the time to the tunes of politicking. It shouldn't be that way, ladies and gentlemen. In Germany, Europe, everywhere, they politic, but to the success of its people, eventually. One time I was showing some youths in Zambia, I just sent, I said, look, this is the European Parliament, okay? Then another, was it European or Bundestag? I think German Parliament, and another parliament in South Africa. German Parliament, they sat, just that clip. Within 50 minutes, you could hear substance they're talking about. South African Parliament, it was 2 hours, I think, 120 minutes. It's on YouTube. They're just fighting. Julius Malema wakes up, throws punches, these insults. 120 minutes solid. No solutions. It's high time we changed. Let the opposition come with stuff. When you put it on the table, Mr. Lukomona reads to say, wow, you need to be heard. We are going, as an NGO, we are going to push the ruling party to adopt this. It works for the other people, ladies and gentlemen. The poor, needy, vulnerable Zambians have been toasted front and backwards by politicking. Let us help them by putting food on their tables, by doing greater and supporting what is good, placed on the table by the ruling government, UPND in this case. And let's not just use the needy, vulnerable for politicking or for political gain. Of course, they put us in power, but eventually, let us show them that you put us in power by what we have brought, like what UPND has brought. But because there is a force of the opposition pulling them away, they are thinking nothing is happening. But when you Google what's been happening in 1 year, 4 months, you're going to see successes. Embrace it. Start building on it as a youth, as an adult as well. Reality pays. Falsehood doesn't pay. I strongly believe, in conclusion, HH7 is focused. Germans have lived here 15 years. Germans have never talked highly about any other Zambian president. I'm not comparing, of course I'm comparing. I'm not saying this because I want to promote the UPND government. What comes in here, my mind, I mean in my ears, what I read, what they say, they have never spoken so highly about our new leadership than before. It clings something. Germany is a country which is very, very sensitive in all angles of life. Why? Because of where they are coming from. They don't want to go back there. They suffered so much. They are careful. When they say yes to something, just know there's something to what they are saying yes to. Ladies and gentlemen, let's work together and support the good policies of the UPND government. I'm coming back as I conclude to the supporting factors of His Excellency Hakainde Hichilema. What about opposition? Is it good? Opposition is 100% good. Without opposition, istwabwekera kuri ba keke bakaunda. Istwabwekera kuri bakaunda. Without opposition, no. When he coughed, we did everything. I grew up through him. Elections are coming. I remember before I started even voting, I was a kid. Mom one day, she says, she voted. No, but ukimina na chiula, na Lukasu. Yes. Here it was Bakaunda, one party state. There were elections for what? Here, vote KK, they're advertising. Kenneth Kaunda is here, standing against Ulukasu na Chula. So if you vote, you're simply telling people don't vote. If you vote Chula, no. We went through stuff, ladies and gentlemen. So when something good comes on the table like now, that's why I'm speaking. I've never spoken like this. Seeing where UPND is taking this country, get involved positively, get involved, than to come and regret at the end of the day when things go sour. Opposition is good and great and healthy to put checks and balances. And me, as a leader of an NGO, I love it when I see positive opposition, not negative opposition, where I know that this is not good. This has happened. This has happened. Then people are putting spanners. It's not spanners you are putting to His Excellency Chilima and his government, but to the vulnerable. Palast ever chulamwebantu. This few for them. Let, in opposition, criticisms be real, genuine, for the sake of nobody, but that orphan, that disabled boy, girl, that vulnerable. This is supposed to be the thoughts. If you have kuno baikala, not balikomana mwali baku diaspora mwali kala kuno, chinchi baikalira kuno. Supporting what is good and real, both from the grassroots, middle class, and upper class. That's why, like I said earlier when I settled here, what is done in Germany and in Europe, it can be done in Zambia, but it starts from somewhere. Mutual cooperation, ruling party, government, and the opposition on genuine cause. I repeat, opposition is good. What is wrong has to be condemned, yes. What is right has to be applauded. And you have to tell your constituencies, hey, I know I'm in opposition, I'm your MP, but what I've heard, come, CDF has come, that has come, start applying. Then you are getting a salary, you are driving, you are living well, you are eating well, then you tell them fiabufi. You even lock the key of the safe, if it's money, or if it's material things, so that your people can revolt against the ruling party. Awe, tamuleyonaula with your family, you are well placed. Muleonaula, those beneficiaries who are supposed to benefit, ladies and gentlemen. Since 1996 to date, that was 1996 to date, my calculation, 26 years. Zambia has gone through 26 years of suffering. 26 years is not a job. Umwana afyalwa, akula, apana university, but come up a good life in Zambia. Can you guess that? Can you guess that? I'm not talking about the upper mama, the rich. No. Wherever they get their money from, it's okay. Any country is measured by its GDP threshold, how it affects all classes of life, its economy, how you plow back to society. 26 years is not a joke. Some have been born and they have died along the way without knowing what Zambia. I've seen all these years, 26 years. If I stretch back myself, in the late 70s, I'm talking about 30 something years plus, almost 4 decades of a country. Come on. Not having it better for its people. That's why it's our time to say, Your Excellency President Ichilema, we believe in you. Let's support you. Let's work together as youths, as adults, as opposition. Make it better. Let us not just rush for power. You attain power in a manner to develop and do continuity. I heard interview by His Excellency, I think he was in the US recently. He says the problem we have in Africa is you can take development to a certain level, another person comes, he wants to start from the scratch, which is terrible. Which is terrible. To come and show, but you are still bouncing back. Years are going. Let's support the cause of the UPND and this government and see Zambia flourishing. In conclusion, all due to bad governance, 26 years I'm talking about, it was all due to bad governance. Zambia Kanunu, 20 million people. This is a small country, 20 million people. If love embeds our hearts and we pour it to our communities, solutions are very easy, like we are seeing currently. Let's support the current government of the day. Let's give time to HH7 and his government. He says, test me. That's what he said during his manifesto. Test me. And for surely, he's being tested. He's working. No, he's moving too much, going to diaspora. Don't believe the whites. No. Ladies and gentlemen, only if you travel, you sit and say, Mwelesa finch fianya. Fueba kwa fiance. That's what you're going to say. Finch fianya. Umusungu alifikakale, who heaven on earth. Before we are struggling. This is what I tell people. There's no way you can go to a grade 9 to ask for tuitions to be helped for an exam you are going to write next week. Mathematics, you are in grade 12, then you go to grade 9. Next week you are going to fail lamentably. These guys have advanced, the advanced world, the Western world. When HH and this team travel, he knows what is tapping from there. Pick from people that are successful. Pick from people that are successful. You aren't going to consult Swaziland, which is not successful. What is it going to bring to Zambia? Not at all. Important is to have just great deals and learning the systems. Why are we doing this as CDT group now? I'm talking about CDT group, bringing it back to Zambia because we copied here. I said, come on, it can happen. We can do it as well. Copy from a successful person, a successful country, a successful organization to implement what we want to implement. So when you see His Excellency and this team travel, me, I like it. One, these people here, corruption is zero tolerance, which he has embraced as well back in Zambia. So when he embraces the principles of these people, zero tolerance to corruption, money has to work like this, has to work accountability. This is what we have come to learn, all of us, from Zambia and somewhere in the UK and stuff. When I came here, I lived 10 years. I never came to Zambia. When I came, people were saying, even Swalichinja, Nishimbude Kanina. I said, I've been shaped up. To do good to people, you have to be focused, straightforward, respect the rule of law. I'm telling you. So now I'm finishing, finally done. To you, our good ministers under the UPND government, the directors, and other state officials that hold public offices, really, Zambians have complained. Some complaints, according to my research, are genuine because I'm a partaker as well. All a Zambian is not difficult. All a Zambian is looking forward to is when there's a delay in a program or deliverance or to unpack a certain project, go back to them, talk to them. We are a good people, even here where we are. Zambian, very understanding. Go back to the people that put you into power. Don't ignore their messages. Of course, I even advise other people. The way you used to talk to him or her before she became a minister or a director, it can be the same. Those people. When they don't pick your calls, don't take it personal. Wait. But now when the waiting goes too much, couple of weeks, you don't respond, Mr. Minister, Mr. Director, Madam Minister, Madam Director, This is what we call in Bemba, ati misula. Much as you could be that busy, find time to get back to your community. Find time. Respond. A Zambian is not difficult. I know what I'm talking about. Find time. I'm coming to meet you only 1 hour. Even when there are no questions, just talk to them, shape them, listen to what they want, than to keep quiet and aloof at a distance. That's where it becomes bad, ladies and gentlemen, in leadership. I'm not talking about His Excellency now. I've come to you, the subordinates of His Excellency. Get back to the people. This is very, very, very important. The president can't do it alone, can't communicate to all the branches, all the departments, all constituencies, provinces. No, it's you to deliver. Yeah, personally, I've had such kind of an experience. Is this Mr. I'm Lukomona. Oh, okay. I'll call you back. Or we'll chat later. Even a chat to say I'm busy is enough. Apologize. Mr. Lukomona waits. It has happened. It's not good. When we are leaders, what comes first should be humility. Humility simply means succumbing to nonsense, to what is good, any sort of life. You are a leader, you are leading. Concept. That's what Mama used to say. You are responsible. Imbwa teshireria pachipanda, imbushi teshireria ing'ombe, vapusha abantu bateka. You are responsible. There's something wrong. You have to take reign. So get back to the community, talk to them. This is very, very important. This is very important. I've seen it in almost all the groups I am. This is just the common thing they are complaining about. Vali Ruba, my phone. You are very busy. I know. I know. With my little position I have here, hey, sometimes I have 1,000 messages on WhatsApp a day. Where do I start from? With my little office, I try to spring back. But you at a mega level where you are, you can just announce on radio, TV, social media, you people, I'm coming on such a day from this time to this time. It will be a big thing. At a mano mambulwa, that's what Mama told me. Mano mambulwa, yarafuma, yamisa, imisula mkwai, mwentungrushi, directors, ministers, fumienipo. We are enjoying the best of the relationship with the ministries according to us. Ministry of Education, Ministry of Agriculture, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, which entails also the German embassy in Berlin. Pretty good communication. And this shouldn't just end up like this on Twikatani and CGT group. No, the populace, Abikara Chalo. Support, it's you to uplift, to anchor His Excellency, President Ichilema. I'm finishing in the next 5 minutes. I'm finishing. UPND is on good course. Don't derail the good journey you have started. That is you, the ministers, directorate, and other public office holders. Feedback to the people is very important. Us in diaspora, make use of us. I've always said this, make use of us people in diaspora. Give us assignments to bring development to Zambia. All we need are just write-up letters from your ministries. Just write-ups. We are looking for this, Countries like the Western world, Germany and Spain, when they see that kind of a proof that we have got a backing and blessings of a government, there are things we can pick up, collect from hospitals, from schools, government departments here, put them on containers. If Germany is doing that, Zambians in Japan are doing that, are interested by you. Zambians in England, the United Kingdom, Canada, Japan, everywhere. Ministers, directorate, it's not everything you're going to spend money much on and budget for. They come, you pay for containers only. They're in Zambia, and you distribute to the rural areas, schools, hospitals, and stuff. Easy stuff. This is what the West African governments have been doing. They have identified people who have got the energy to do that. They just give them letters and this. They're not even asking for salaries. No, connectivity. So our beautiful government of UPNT can do that as well. Make use of us. Make use of us. Our passion is to help give back to Zambia. Our hearts are burning to help Zambia, but it can only happen with your signature. It was disheartening. My office pushing telephone calls on different departments of the government, education, health, and stuff. They are looking for people here. I told them, look, Zambia is the opposite of Germany. Germany, you are looking for almost over 400,000 now. Such workers, teachers, health workers, and them. Zambia has trained more teachers who are on the streets and health workers on the streets. It's the opposite. Let's bring them. Oh, that sounds good. Get the letters from Zambia. For many years, it was hard to get such letters. Solutions are in diaspora as well. Make use of us, your excellencies, ministers, MPs, directors, and other offices. Back to you, the good opposition too. Where it matters to uplift the poor, needy, and vulnerable, humble yourselves, the opposition, before the ruling government and help to bring progress. God's eyes never close. God only will see Zambia through to a better Zambian, regardless of his, her social status, grassroots, middle, or upper class. We don't say, no, we are in position. Idea. But look at the people you are representing. You are in opposition. Take the idea. It's better you even blow the trumpet idea to take over UPND. You never elected. Ultimately, God is going to bless you because I want to know your people have benefited. A one Zambia we need than fighting on social media here and there. Finally, to my great Zambian youth, I was a youth. I started doing stuff when I was in the 20s. Great stuff, big stuff, fighting hard for a better life. I was Zambian. To my great youth of Zambia, Mwemiti Ikula Empagadimwe, don't dance and be delayed by media. Rumors. Oh, CDF Taiwomba Takwaba. Oh, if Takwaba, Takwaba. Take a step. Get out of your comfort zone and go and prove it with your own eyes. Go and prove it with your own eyes. This is the game. That's how it works. There was a powerful during, I think that was during Kaunda, no, MMD. I went to this ministry, legal affairs ministry. This is what I'm trying to state. He was a big minister, the late. I want to bring this. No, we need such programs in Zambia. When I came back to the UK, he came to my office. Young man, I thought you were joking. He had to bring his children all the way from South Africa, and two from South Africa and one from London to come and study with us in Zambia. There's power in persistence. Never give up. My dear great youth, I was a youth like you. Somebody says, go ahead. Right? It's better it gathers dust. You have taken a step than just to give up. Who knows, you are the next person to benefit from the CDF or any other material things. Take a step always. It's better you pile up failures than to pile up zero and you complain. Go and knock. Continue pressing for your things that you're looking for. Continue pressing for your projects to be funded. And one day, doors will open. I am an example. Since 1995, pushing stuff to date. And God simply says, this young man means something. Doors opening, doors opening, doors opening. You've got the UPND in power. Make use of it. All stuff there, when you sit in newspaper, don't ask even nobody. If you get negative here, just go, I'm going to go alone. You are going to testify, like Mr. Lukomona is testifying here. Finally, my good President, Your Excellency, Hakainde Hichilema, keep your eyes open. And I repeat, keep your eyes open on social media. I know you love social media, like you say yourself, you follow. Keep your eyes open on social media and listen to some genuine cries from the public, from the people of Zambia. And when you hear genuine cries, make a sharp, rapid response through your assigned ministers, directorate, office bearers, and other departments to listen to the call of the people. Atumwana ngalira nchipali chirekalipa umwana talira ke chipali chirekalipa siza pali chirekalipa na ngutulo alefo okulala mwentu ngushi keep your eyes open. Your government is doing great. As far as I'm concerned, disclaimer, I'm not representing any other person, representing myself. That's why I'm even talking. It was boiling right in my heart. I said, I'm going to speak one of the fine days, this day, on the eve of 2023. Ministers, you're so great, awesome. You are ordained by God, appointed to serve this government of UPND. Continue, I'm saying continue, not start, continue doing the right thing, which we knew you for. Increase the pace for the sake of nobody, not yourselves, your followers. The followers, the Zambian people. the great government of UPND, I know it is on course. We don't want to see the trend we have seen. I've talked about every president starts good, goes down, starts good, goes down. We don't want such a system. I remember Wakaunda mentioned this. Ah, Vagrezru Namata Manchivela Chefle. Yes, I was in Chimamwe, Eroquari riot. Paka Munga, those who are in Chimamwe, Paka Munga, Padi ZCBC Padi. Now, Bato Bafiance, KK Kaunda came in combat army. Akamwa Chefe so, Wakaunda Bapshan. Finish Mishtirefi, Takashwachini Wakateka. Ah, Kaunda KK, Nalundo Bunga, Balundefio Bunga. Halundo Bunga, Nifne, Fetwas Tobela. But KK was confused. He used to get feedbacks. All is well from his ministers and directorate. We don't want that to happen to the great new Dawn government. Uplift, provide anchorness to His Excellency HH and yourselves, the cabinet. What you've promised the Zambians, you've started doing it already. So don't let loopholes to give chance to the enemy. No. The enemy, I mean, distractors of progress. It shouldn't be that way. Muna Zambia achula nina ndakariapa. 26 years since 1996. Zambia tayawa map. To date. Let the UPND government be the cornerstone of taking us back to when Zambia was Zambia after independence. Where every household had many. Mom used to tell us, we had everything. It can be done as long as the supporting boards, the supporting officers, ministers fulfill the principles you brought onto Zambia under the UPND government. I finish here. The opposition also is necessary, but let it be genuine and let what is good be praised. What is bad be spotted and uniformly, togetherness, in love, be solved together. Why? For the sake of a Zambian. What we are all eating, upper Mwamba, middle class, upper, let the grassroots eat. The spectacle we saw just here this year when we came, it was not good in some quarters of Zambia. UPND is there to mend the potholes which were left. Let us support the incumbent government. Genuinely, I end here and I say, God bless you all and Happy New Year. I love Zambia. Zambia is a great country, peaceful. We have enjoyed peace and peace. Let it continue and love let it continue. What's remaining is just to put food on the table. And youths, I end with you. Youths, I end with you that are here. Go back on projects. Start drawing projects, submitting. We have heard there's CDF. We have heard there's this. Don't listen to somebody. No, it's your life. If Mr. Lukomona here had listened, he wouldn't be here. I'm telling you. I've gone through stuff, hard stuff, and I've come to enjoy. I've seen good stuff because of being focused. God bless you. I end here. Sorry for keeping you so long. It was just that incumbent. I love you all. Disclaimer, I came through as Evans Lukomona, not representing any other organization. Your Excellency, Hakande Chilema, God bless you. Keep being blessed and keep being focused together with your great ministers, directors. Let's see Zambia through. The diaspora never gave up. All of you, we have seen the great stuff that is happening in wherever we are. Let's take it back home. Let's take it back home. Because one day when we are departed, we are called by God, He's going to punish us. I placed you in England, in Germany, Japan, in Australia, Holland, and look at people in these constituencies. They had no water, yet we had all the means to come together and help develop our beautiful country of Zambia. I love you all. Thank you very much. Happy New Year in advance. Bye-bye.